I think that
that's
it's.
your opinion,
I think
of
that they
course.
felt like they backed themselves into a corner. They had nothing else to
Well,
do with
if
the
the
show,
show-
and they now they're trying to weasel their way out of
If the
it.
show's ratings go down, they'll obviously say later on that it was a bad move.
Well,
But
the,
right
ratings,
now,
the ratings will stay up at first just based on curiosity of the audience. Now, it depends on after the first 2 or 3 episodes of the season, are they going to hold on to the audience, or are they going to say, oh, man, this is not the same show that I've been watching for the past 5 years. Forget this. That's the question.
well, we'll see.
You can't base anything on week 1 ratings. That's all I'm saying.
No, you can't base anything on week 1 ratings anyway. But there are a lot of fall shows coming back.
And I don't want to get too deep into that
No.
because we're going to do a whole fall preview show quickly before the season
Right,
begins.
but the problem is, though, as you know, is the fall season starts very early for Fox because of baseball.
Well, yeah, because the baseball playoffs air in October. They
so
air
they're
open
starting
their season in early September.
Labor Day. They're starting on Monday the 1st.
Of September,
Of
which,
September.
depending on when you're listening to this, may have already occurred.
It may have already occurred. And the CW...
And if it has occurred, how'd you like the shows?
I hope you like them.
Yeah.
And also the CW starts very early with Gossip Girl,
Oh,
which is it's their pinnacle show. It's
Wonderful.
their top show now.
great.
And then the new 90210 comes on.
That is interesting.
That is big, if only.
You're like so excited about
the
this.
Shannon Doherty return with Jenny Garth. It's unbelievable. To me.
I couldn't care less about the two of them personally
I do.
as their, off the camera.
I
It doesn't
don't care.
matter to me
Off
at
camera,
all.
what do I care?
I'm just interested in the characters
No,
because,
I don't care.
I admit I grew up in the late 80s and early 90s
Yeah.
when the show was
Exactly.
very popular.
Mhm.
And I watched this original
I
90210.
should have been watching that show, and I was watching that show. If I, these days,
Poor parenting.
well,
Poor parenting.
but if there was parental locks back then, I'm sure that would have been locked up because they had some crazy stuff going on back then.
They did.
That's gonna be
It wasn't
pretty-
for a young lady.
It's going to be tame comparison to probably what
Oh,
they're
I
gonna show
doubt that
now.
very much.
Comparison to what they're going to show now?
Oh, yeah, it'll be the old one will be tame.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
this
trying to
is
say.
true.
I'm so excited about that Shannon Doherty coming back.
Well, here's the thing.
Now.
Jenny Garth is reprising her role,
That's Kelly Taylor.
okay,
Yes.
on the new 90210.
Right.
That's no surprise because she's been doing absolutely zero since then. She had that sitcom for a while
Yeah, that
on
was
the
something.
WB.
That was on for like 4 or 5 years. What are you
Yeah,
talking
but it was on the
about?
WB. Like 3 people watched it, and that was
You're-
zero success.
Okay, fine. I'll just let you talk.
Although it launched Amanda Bynes. Good job by her. Okay, but she saw nothing else is happening in her career. That show ended. She did what, Dancing with the Stars?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic.
So did Ian Ziering. What does that mean?
That means nothing.
Exactly.
So she got the opportunity to go back and at least, get a steady paycheck coming in as in an acting gig. So that's what she took, and good for her. If I were her, I'd do the exact same thing. Shannon Doherty was a surprise that she agreed to come back. I didn't think she would. I didn't think that she had any interest in going back to that whole universe.
Well, as she said, she owes her whatever career she's had to the show, which is true.
Okay, her career has been 4 seasons of 90210, followed by getting fired.
Yep.
She had like 3 seasons of Charm, followed by getting fired.
Right.
She's done some made-for-TV movies,
Right?
and that's about it, isn't it?
Then, that's what happened to most of these 90210 stars. Honestly,
Exactly,
out
but-
of all of them, who's the biggest star from 90210?
I'll
I'll tell you right now.
Oh,
Hillary Swank. How long was she on that show?
12 episodes.
Exactly. So what does that tell you?
No, really though, if you're asking me who's the biggest star from 90210 that's had a lasting career since then,
Yeah.
oh my God, you almost have to say Tori Spelling. Just because she has that reality show now.
I guess.
I mean, and
Ethan's
that's-
been on certain things.
Luke Perry's tried.
Yes, he has.
It
He's doing
hasn't
clever.
worked for him though. He can't seem to
I mean,
vehicle.
Brian Austin Green has now been on. He's now on that Terminator show, so good for him with that. But before that,
And Jason
Yeah,
Priestley,
Berkman.
well, what did he do? He got into race car driving and smashed up his face
yeah,
and got reconstructive facial surgery, so he kind of looks like himself again, sort of.
right.
And
right.
he did like 3 episodes of that show Medium a few years ago.
Well, honestly, this is a spin-off, right?
Uh-huh.
To do well, these shows need to have some original cast members. It makes sense, and having Jenny Garth, and especially Shannon Doherty, gives the show a lot of buzz.
Well, it's like what's happening and what's happening now. You know what I'm saying?
No. What?
Remember the show What's Happening in the 70s?
No.
You've seen it on reruns. Hey, hi. Remember that?
Was that with Rerun?
Rerun. Yeah. Hey, hi. Remember?
Not really.
By the way, the guy who played reruns is dead.
Really?
Yeah, a few years ago he died.
There you go.
It's a shame.
Oh, you brought that one down. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, rerun was awesome. But what they did, and I'm not comparing 90210 to what's happening, I'm just saying it's similar in what they're doing. Once the original show ended,
Yeah.
they waited a little while. Then they started up What's Happening Now. They brought back a few cast members.
As permanent
As
cast
themselves,
members?
yes, as themselves. Added some new cast members, new characters.
I see.
And they're showing on another couple of years.
Interesting. I didn't know that was
This
exactly.
is true.
I didn't know
So
that.
all I'm saying is 90210 is not the first of its kind
No,
to
no,
give this
no.
a try.
No,
because
no.
the great people of What's Happening with Rerun and Raj and Little Sister D.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, all these spin-offs have had characters come back. I mean, like, Frasier had people from Cheers come back. Different World had people from The Cosby Show.
Right,
I
but they
think
didn't
it's a
actually
good
go so
thing.
far as to call themselves Cheers Part 2 on Frasier,
No.
which is basically what 90210 is doing.
Right. You're right.
So-
Sure. But I think it's going to do pretty well, I think, and we'll see.
Again, it'll do well at first,
I think
and
it's
it'll
better.
take some time to see if the people who watch it initially
I
out of
think-
curiosity because of the Brenda Kelly thing
Yes.
decide to stick around for the new
As
characters.
well as it does, is based, you know, in the ratings,
Yeah.
will determine if more original cast members come back. I could almost see that. If it comes back for second season and it gets a pick up, I could see more cast members like Luke Perry, Jason Priestley, Ian Ziering coming back.
I'm zeroing. I don't know if you
I
can
don't
get,
know why
I don't
he
know if
said
you can get
no.
time off from the Dairy Queen.
No, he's in some show, but
He's what?
He's in some type of show on
What is he
Lifetime.
Really?
It's not the reason why he wouldn't come back. He just says, you know, it's over. He doesn't want to do it again.
He's out. You know what? All they have to do is call him. You know what? They haven't even tried.
It's possible.
On Fox, they're starting on Labor Day as well with new programming. What, Prison Break?
Doing Prison Break
Now,
on that Monday.
If we replayed some of last season's BS Factors,
Right.
we hear Stacey say, "I'm done with Prison Break. It's over.
And what
I'm
was
not."
my excuse?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to
The
it.
reason why is because for some reason they beheaded one of the main characters, the Sarah character, who was the love interest of the main
They
character.
beheaded her. Her head was like in a box or something. Right?
Head in a box, killed her off
Okay.
screen because that wasn't really her. At all.
Oh, you mean it wasn't really her head in the box?
No. That wasn't even like a pretend face of her.
They just said it was her head.
They said it was her. So what do? To try and get viewers back because they lost tons of viewers who were just like me, they bring her back from the dead.
Okay, now here's my question: if they cut her head off,
Yes.
it's not like you know, if you cut off your toe, you can sew it back. You can't sew your head back.
No, that's kind of hard. That's one of the reasons why I'll be tuning in to see how the hell they're gonna.
Is she coming back in the very first episode? Or?
Yeah, she's back.
Really?
She's a serious regular again.
Interesting.
So at least we know from now on she's probably not gonna get killed off.
And then the real question, forget that. The real question is, whose head was in the box?
Whose head was in the box and why?
Wouldn't they have heard about somebody missing a head if it wasn't hers?
Guess we'll know.
You know, that's like when you read those stories about, you know, somebody opens up their carton of ice cream.
Yeah, like the
And,
thumb or something.
yeah, and like there's a human thumb in there. You wonder, okay, I understand the plan. You know, accidents will happen. Somebody cuts their thumb off or whatever
Yeah.
in one of the machines. Wouldn't that person want their thumb back though?
You'd think they'd say
I
like,
mean,
"Excuse me,
That's what I'm
Mr.
saying.
Hand."
You're working the
Excuse
assembly
me.
line. You're putting the cartons together. Your thumb gets cut off. Wouldn't you at least say, "Can we stop the assembly line for a moment? Let me get my thumb
Yeah.
back." No. Okay, my thumb dropped into the rocky road. Well, you know, buyer beware. That's just
It's
how
like
it
a Cracker
goes.
Jacks.
This is what I'm
You get a
saying.
little
You get a
prize.
little it makes no sense to me. Why would who's missing a thumb and doesn't say anything? That's my question.
And don't look. I don't.
And
I
not to
don't
go
know.
off on a tangent, but that's what we do here. Or at least that's what I do.
That's what you do.
Did you see that that thing on YouTube? That Burger King employee
No.
that decided to make a video of himself taking a bath in the kitchen sink
Oh, Burger King.
of Burger King.
And he put it on YouTube.
Yeah, he was totally naked bathing in the industrial size
I'm
sink.
gonna guess he got fired after
He
that.
got fired along with several of his coworkers.
That's just silly.
Well, let me ask you: do you like thinking that the food that you're eating has been cooked based on using pans that have been cleaned in a sink
Man,
that's
we
held
don't
this
know.
man's
Anytime
naked
you eat,
body?
Man, anytime you eat anything, you have to think, was this person having a bad day? Or is the person who made the food originally, before this guy got the food, having a bad day? Did they drop something? I mean, you never know.
Is there going to be a thumb in my food?
Is there going to be a thumb in my food? But you got to think that stuff all the time. But I try not to think about it, honestly.
And by the way, I don't know. You know what I tried recently?
No, then what?
The KFC bowl.
Oh, jeez.
The chicken bowl.
You
Am I
tried,
behind the times?
like, only about 3-4 years, yeah.
Delicious. That's all I'm going to say. You know what? Because I thought to myself, you got your chicken and your mashed potatoes and your cheese and gravy and whatnot. And, okay, sounds good. And they threw some corn in there. And I thought to
You gotta
myself,
have vegetables.
well, I thought to myself, well, okay, but I don't know if corn. You got all the chicken and gravy. Corn,
Mm-hmm.
it gives it a little sweetness, some down-home country style.
Ah, there you go.
I'll
Back to your
tell ya.
roots. Back to your roots.
I'm down-home country type.
You try.